Okay, everybody, I really kind of want to recap the lesson. So yesterday we talked about long division with polynomials, and it's kind of tedious, but it is just like division. So we looked at this example, x cubed plus 12x squared plus 41x plus 72 divided by x plus 8, okay? So if we divide it just like a long division, and of course they have an example of long division, we did this yesterday, and we wound up with a remainder of 0. So if that's the case, if you divide, get a remainder of 0, you know it's a factor. Therefore, if it's a factor, we know that this times this equals this. Analogy, here they actually give it to you. You know that 12 times 305 must equal 3,660. Well, that's just 6th grade math, 4th grade math. But for us, it's the same process. You know, if it divides evenly, remainder of 0, then it's a factor. So you can rewrite it as x plus 8 times x squared plus 4x plus 9 must equal the original polynomial, which is the x cubed plus 12x squared plus 41x plus 9. Now, we're going to learn two things. One is synthetic substitution, okay? So synthetic substitution. If you only want to know, is it a factor, that's all you care about, is it a factor, then you do this thing called synthetic substitution. So we already know the answer. We know x plus 8 is a factor. So here's how synthetic substitution works. You find the root, solve for it, set equals 0, solve for it. So that's my root. And then you plug in the root. So I plugged it in. I took my negative 8 and I plugged it into x cubed plus 12x squared plus 41x plus 72. And you can see my work right here. And when I did it and put it in my calculator, lo and behold, I got an answer of 0. Okay, and I'm not going to show that, but I really did do that work on my calculator. So if you get an answer of 0, so if you plug it in and if your answer is 0, you can say yes, it's a root. So x equals negative 8 is a root, which means x plus 8 is a factor. Okay, kind of nice. If you want to know if it's a factor, you just plug it in. Answer 0, it's a root, which makes the binomial a factor. Okay. Now, there's also another trick called synthetic division. Okay. Now, synthetic division is a little bit different. I kind of like it. It makes it easy to divide. So let's go back to our polynomial. Okay, so now we did this the long way. Let me go back real quickly. I'll show you what we did. Long division. I did long division yesterday, but today I'm going to teach you a trick on how to divide easily. It's called synthetic division. So first of all, here's our original problem. X cubed plus 12x squared plus 41x plus 72, all divided by x plus 8. So what I want to do is rewrite it. And we call it synthetic division, but I've told kids think about it as upside down division. So I made my division symbol upside down like that, and then I put in the numbers. Now the x's are invisible. That's a 1x cubed, 12x squared, plus 41x plus 72. Okay? Now I take x plus 8 and I'm looking for its root, so x plus 8, mini equation, solve for x, get x equals negative 8. That's its root, so I divide by its opposite. So instead of x plus 8, I divide by negative 8. So I put my negative 8 right here, okay? Now, this line, ignore the numbers right now. This line is, I put here is my adder line. I call it my add line because when I work my way down, I'm going to add. So, here's what we do. First step, you bring down the 1. Just bring down the first term. Bring it straight down. Then multiply. 1 times negative 8 is negative 8. Okay? Then you add. 12 plus negative 8 is a 4. Then you multiply. 4 times negative 8 is negative 32. Then you add, and you get a positive 9. Then you multiply, and you get a negative 72. You add those together, you get 0. So here's what you get, the answer. Here is our answer. The answer is always 1 less power because our x's are invisible, but we still divided by an x. Even though they're visible, we still divided by an x, so instead of an x cubed, it has to be an x squared. So my answer is here. It's a 1. Bring the x's back. Bring the x back. 1x squared plus a 4x plus a 9. And now the remainder is 0, okay? Great, that's called synthetic division. It's a lot easier than doing all of this. If you like this, go for it. Now, I did another one in class, and we took a look at another synthetic division, and this time we got a remainder, okay? So what do we do with our remainder? Our remainder is like a fraction. We take our remainder over what we divided by. In this case, we divided by an x minus 1.5, okay? So we write our remainder as that, okay? Then we look at synthetic division, and sometimes you have, because it should be with synthetic division, it should be just a 1x plus or minus c. So either synthetic division won't work on this one because you've got the 2x minus 3, or you fix the problem. How do you fix the problem? Well, if I multiply everything by 1/2 over a 1/2, then I really do get right here a 1x minus a 3/2, and here I would get a 1x cubed minus a 3x squared plus 4x plus 1, and that's what I did. That's how I divided over here, okay? So then you've changed it to where you can do synthetic division, but you do synthetic division with this 1x minus 3.5, okay? And the book shows how they worked that through. They did it all the way through here, and they got their answer, okay? We did it and showed the answer as well, okay? So that's synthetic substitution. Plug in a number if you want to see if it's a 0. If the question is it a 0, plug in the root. Get an answer of 0. It is a factor. Or if you want to divide, just do synthetic division, which is here. The book also describes synthetic division. You can see they do it here, and they also describe synthetic division here. Okay, so that's all I have. See you tomorrow.